Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand after.
Okay, legends, welcome back to the channel with another Street Fighter Duel video. And now we have a new character. It's the Cowboy T.Hawk. We've seen him being teased on Twitter and on many updates, and now we have him here. And oh boy, there's a lot of things to talk about actually and to discuss. Now, before this, we did have two major updates. One for Sakura, I think the Sakura from here, and she got a buff or an update for everything that she has, plus soul power and everything, and she's still garbage. And we have another buff, which is for Sagat, Pharaoh Sagat. The worst unit in the game became now relevant and very good. Actually, you can use him in story, you can use him in tower, he pushes a lot. In bosses, he does relatively deal decent damage, but he's not your main unit. He can be used as a buffer. On some bosses, we saw that he didn't work. On some bosses, he did work. We've tested him on boss rush. He did decent versus some bosses, not all of them. And on Meg Zangief, as I saw a video for Stupendous, big shout out to him. Absolutely works phenomenally, just like when we did it with Balrog, also the newest Balrog. But now a new character has dropped to the game, and it's none other than T.Hawk. And Cowboy T.Hawk, oh boy, he looks so good right now on paper and on his test trials. I still didn't have him test completely on any kind of account. Even my friends, I don't know if everybody have him up yet. I think 2 or 3 have him. Okay, there's somebody. And Repnol, of course. Did you get him plus 30? He got him plus 30. And his 6 out of 6. Maybe I'll ask him soon to give me him for rent and go and check him out. And I'll give you as a rent version of him. And I'm gonna just hop into an account, on my friend's account, and just test him completely. Let's go and talk about him, okay? And I'll do a showcase for his skills by the end of the video. Let's go to not popular, to gallery, and we're gonna check him here. Now he's summonable at divination. He's not a special character, which is absolutely nice. It means he's available for everybody to go and summon them with diamonds if you gather diamonds on your account, which is really great. Now let's talk about him. His art is absolutely fantastic. He's a balanced character. His speed is decent at 122, and he's an agility unit. It means he has a lot of dodge, a lot of crit rate, and a lot of crit damage, which is really good actually for a unit. He's a semi DPS plus a big buffer on your lineup, especially if you want to utilize him in bossing. He works as well. Plus he gives a high mark to the enemies, which reduces their defenses. Let's talk about his passive first. Target lock. Every 10 seconds, Cowboy T.Hawk shoots the rearmost enemy fighter, dealing damage equal to 300% of attack and marking them with the taunt mark. So marked targets will taunt all friendly fighters. The mark lasts 6 seconds. All friendly fighters on your team. It means all of your lineup will go and attack this marked unit with taunt. It will be taunting them. So let's say you're fighting a Visconde Vega team. You have a tank or a Cowboy T.Hawk on your lineup. You mark Visconde Vega. You can't attack him because they have like 2 tanks. Like they have Goken, they have somebody else on the lineup that you can't go and reach Visconde Vega. Now, if you're faster, of course, you're gonna have the upper hand and you're gonna go with the passive and hit Visconde Vega. No amount of healing, shielding, or whatever it is, or let's say Virgil, you have him as an assist on Visconde Vega will help you, because Visconde Vega will reduce his HP as well when he attacks at the start if he's using his super or his C3. So what that means, it means everybody on your lineup with their auto attack, they will attack Visconde Vega. With their skills, if they're single target, will attack Visconde Vega. Not only Visconde Vega, anybody on the backline, just such as Viper, Dalsim, anyone that stands in the backline, which is a good advantage to counter these teams that have a big wall of tanks or defenders such as double bisons or something like that, and there's a last unit that you want to kill before anybody else on the lineup, which is make it super handy actually for these kind of lineups. Now marked targets have 30% reduced in crit resistance. It means you can crit more often against them. Increase damage to 500% of attack when he attacks, and marked targets receive 30% more damage. 30% more damage. Keyword 30% more damage. This is same as damage reduction down. So what this means, it means on bosses, single target bosses, he's gonna mark these bosses. These markets will have the mark uptime 100%. You're gonna go and attack them and deal 30% extra damage to them because they will receive 30% extra damage. It means similar to reduction to damages down. This is absolutely awesome for bossing as a buffer on a single target bossing unit. Now, if it's multi-target units, it also helps because you're gonna increase your damages on these targets. But mainly, sometimes these bosses have a weird mechanic that the main boss take the more damages and the one that in the front or in the back line will take the less one. So depending on the boss's runs, we're gonna test it out and check his numbers. But this is actually really important. This is just his passive without upgrading him. Having him at one copy on your lineup, you will inflict these buffs on the targets, which is absolutely nice. It does not buff your damages, but it will increase the damages for the target taken. Now, let's talk about his super. His super is nice, actually. It deals a lot of damage. Now, we're gonna talk about the mechanic about the defense down, which is really nice. Now, as I said, defense is not the most important thing in the game, but so far when you're fighting an enemy or a boss or anything that have high defense or buffed with defense and you remove a little bit of defense, will make it easier for you to deal damages. Damage reduction is the most important one, but defenses is also important when they have high defenses. So, crouch and charge up, then rush forward and perform a smash, dealing damage equal to 460% of attack to targets ahead and reducing their defense by 20% for 6 seconds, which is okay, it's decent. Then launch upward strike that deals damage equal to 480% of attack. So he deals 460, then 480, that's a huge amount of damages. 2 targets ahead, the upward strike deals 50% additional damage to the marked targets. So, again, if you're facing a single target boss and you want to go and hit them and deal the most damages to them, that's a 50% extra damage. So let's say he's dealing 1000% 1000 damage, and then you have 50%, that's another 500 against that boss, which is really good. This what makes him a good solid bossing unit, in my opinion. This is also without me testing him at all. This is, we're talking about on paper, how he looks, how he performs. Absolutely looking good. Okay, now we saw that with different characters that they look absolutely good on paper. Actually, one character looks great on paper, which is Adon, the normal Adon, and he's absolutely garbage in this game. Now, gain 20% increased crit rate when performing the upward strike, absolutely good, and gain 20% increase armor penetration when performing the upward strike. Armor penetration, similar like true damage. When you do the armor penetration, it goes through shields, it goes through everything, it goes through defenses. There's a little bit of a countering for this one, but it's similar to true damage. It means you're dealing true damage equal to 20% raw damage that is not calculated by any defenses or negated by any defenses. Now, his first skill. When this skill is in position 1 in the combo chain, it will activate after a teammate unleashes a super combo. It means it's a trigger skill. Similar to the second skill as well, we're gonna be talking about it. You can't press he's a trigger character anyway. Combat readiness is essential to victory. Recover 20% of max HP and gain 20% increase in attack and 20% increase in defense for 8 seconds, stacks up to 3 times, which is perfect. It will make him super sustainable in boss fights or in PvP if you want to use him in PvP as well. Inspire all friendly fighters, increasing their crit rate by 10%. I like that, stacks up to 3 times. This is 8 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. It means you can refresh it and keep the uptime for 30% of crit rate, which is absolutely fine. You'll need that, it's absolutely not. This is why I love what they did with him. Now, I know you're gonna tell me, every character they're dropping, everything that they're fixing, they're making the characters better, they're making us pay more. And you don't have to summon. You don't have to do anything. You can keep your own characters and play the game as is. We don't know the future of the game. It looks so dim right now. Now, at level 3, inspire all friendly fighters, increasing their crit damage by 10% for 8 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. This is the best one. This is the best buff. This is what you're looking for. Buffing in attacks or in damages or in crit damage, not crit rate, because crit rate is buffed in every single unit on every single utility. You're gonna have the crit rate. You're gonna crit a lot. So there's EX move that buffs crit rate, but crit damage is super essential. 30% increase in crit damage is absolutely fire, and this one does not require any kind of skills. Like, you don't need to upgrade his EX skill exclusive or open up his cars for the garage or anything. It's just in his first skill, which is a trigger skill that you don't even have to click, which will happen anyway. Just play your combo right. Don't smash the buttons while playing combo. Sometimes they whiff their attacks, okay? Second skill, cannot be manually unleashed. It means it's a trigger as well. Triggers up to 6 times per battle. Only 6 times, okay? It does not happen until the end of the battle. Only 6 times. This is the ceiling for it. Crouch and charge up, then rush forward and perform smash, dealing damage equal to 460% of attack to the target ahead and reducing the defense of the targets by 20% for 6 seconds. It does not say it stacks, it means after 6 seconds it expires and you need to redo it again, but he does it after 6 seconds. So every time he's gonna go and jump with his second skill. It's not every 6 seconds, but it's when you're doing the rotation, he's gonna do it and decrease the defenses. So at level 2, increase damage to 560% of attack and increase the defense reduction to 30%, which is also great. Targets hit receive 20% more damage for 6 seconds. This stacks up with his passive. So 20% and 30%, that's 50% extra damage or reduction to damages as well, which is absolutely huge. This is good as well. I know it's 6 seconds. Here, how much do we have it? Marked targets receive 30% more damage. That's it. They're marked it until the end of the battle, 30%, and you increase it by 6 seconds of 20%. That's 50% in general and total, which is kind of great. This is huge, actually. This is super nice. Now, would he be the best unit for bossing right now as a buffer and everything? I don't know. Based on his skills, he's one of the best buffers in the game right now. He does what actually... Who does it? Poison. Street Poison. Now, Street Poison gives you also pressure, but he does give you crit rate and crit damage, just like her. She gives you crit rate and crit damage, but she gives more pressure, which evades dodge. Now, his points, of course, he's a speedy unit, by the way. He's at, we can't see it here, but he's at 122 speed, okay? Basic, he gets HP, he gets attack at higher rates, defense a little bit because he buffs his defenses a lot, and he gets 7.5 damage bonus at plus 40, at plus 30, I think it's 6 or 5%. Now, his skill is called Initiative. I wanted you to pay attention for this. At plus 30, I'm gonna explain what happens, and this does not happen on bosses. His plus 30 happens in PvP, in story mode, and in tower, okay? So after entering the battle, mark the rearmost enemy fighter with the passive level 4. It means his passive, he will mark them and everything at level 4. So everything will happen to them, which is great, okay? So his assist at plus 5. When the assisted fighter is deployed in the starting team, mark the rearmost enemy fighter. The marked target receives 30% more damage, has 30% crit resist less, and will taunt all friendly fighters on your team so you can go and attack them for 6 seconds, which is kind of great. It means the auto attack will work perfectly. Or if you're doing single targets with your abilities, if you're faster than your enemy, you're gonna start within the first 6 seconds, which is absolutely awesome. So plus 10, after unleashing Wildstorm Kick or Condor Raid, which is Condor Raid is the second skill, Wildstorm Kick is the super combo. Increase this fighter, it means only him, trigger skill, combo, and super combo damage by 4%, stacks up to 8 times, which is great, okay? So at plus 20, after unleashing Wildstorm Kick or Condor Raid, which is second skill and super, increase this fighter trigger skill, combo, and super combo by 6%, stack up to 10 times. No longer 4%, 8 times. It's 6% for 10 times stacking. Now, this is the plus 30, okay? While unleashing this skill, gain invincibility for 1.5 seconds. While unleashing this skill, he goes into the battle. Upon entering the battle, he marked the rearmost fighter with the passive level 4. He gets 1.5 invincibility. You kill that unit, you go and mark another unit. Now, when you mark another unit, it triggers this one as if it's the same time he goes into the battle. So he gains 1.5 invincibility. You need to kill to get the invincibility. That's it. His scars. Let's talk about his scars. Death Mark, 3 out of 3. After unleashing Wildstorm Kick or Condor Raid, increase this trigger skill, combo, and super combo of all other friendly fighters by 6% up to 10 times. So his plus 20 works now on everybody. It's an addition. It's not like, oh, now his plus 20 works only on him, on his exclusive. As we read here, it's only on him, right? 6%, 10 times. In addition, he gets also another 6%, 10 times. That's 12% for 20 times. Or for 10 times. 12% for 10 times. Excuse me. That's 6% times 20 or 12% times 10, which is kind of great for him. But now it also goes for all friendly fighters. So 6% times 10 times, 60% for every, stacks up for all your friendly fighters. Now this is the 6 out of 6 now, it's even crazier. Upon marking an enemy fighter, increase the attack and crit rate of all friendly fighters by 25% for 6 seconds. Whenever you mark, 6 seconds, okay? When a marked enemy fighter dies, transfer the mark to the enemy fighters with the most HP. It means for the tanks most likely, or for the target that is not getting the most damages. And then it reapplies the attack and the crit rate, and you can go and do it again for 6 seconds. Only 6 seconds. It means it's a rush unit. It means you need to play him on a speedy lineup when you upgrade him completely max. If you want to play him for PvP, you want to start first and do your combos within 6 seconds. You're dealing increasing damages and crit rate and stacking up all of the buffs that he gives. Absolutely solid. I think we're gonna see him in a lot of PvP meta lineups. He will become a PvP meta. In story mode, I think he's super helpful. Let me show you just something in his challenge. I went and did his challenge. It's absolutely ridiculous. So let's go and fight the first one. I'm just gonna keep it on auto. I'm not gonna even attack, okay? We're not gonna even attack. If you wanna check his speed, that's it, 122. Okay, we're not gonna do anything. We're just gonna let it passively play. We have one tank and we have him. Look at his passive every 6 seconds what he does. And here we go. He's gonna go and jump right now. Bam. Alright, and he's gonna jump again. I think he needs to jump again and kill somebody, right? Okay, and here we go. And we just have Honda. Now, before Honda starts, he jumps and kills him. What? What? Really? Really? 6 times it triggers, right? And on the 6 times, he absolutely buffs himself, buffs everybody. Deals increasing amount of damage because his plus 20 works, because his 3 out of 3 works. Absolutely crazy, okay? This is crazy for a unit that you don't even need to attack and do anything and just deal this damages. Now, somebody told me to try it more and more. So what I'm gonna do is, I wish I can go and not play him, but we're gonna play him, but this time we're gonna press his skill, okay? We're gonna check if we press his skill, is it faster or we should leave him for passively? Does his attacks deal extra damage? Yes, they deal insane amount of damages. We already killed somebody. We're gonna do the first skill and the here we go, that's it. That's it, it's done. It's done. We use his super, we use the level 1 skill, which is trigger his second skill after this one, and he dealt the damages. Same as not doing anything. Absolutely, this character is kind of ridiculous with his skills. I don't know. I need to test him even more. I think for bossing works perfectly for PvE and for story. He's gonna be a good asset as in the game. Yes, he does not have soul power, just like most of the divination characters. Still great unit actually to be used. I don't think they will drop T.Hawk and make him that good. We have Destiny Turret. Don't forget to go and exchange your stuff. Now, if you're paying more money, you can get the Starlight, which is not worth it at all, paying the money to get it. You can pay $100 and get a Starlight. It's super cheaper than getting all of these Destiny Turrets to get it. And you can get Ryu for free, or you can get Hakan if you want. If you didn't build Ryu, get Trendy Ryu. I'm doing that. If you build him, go get a copy of Hakan. Forget about these ones. Get the characters, build them up. Unless you're building everything and everything is built for you, then go for the frames. And yeah, that was it basically for the video. What do you think about T.Hawk? And if you did build him, and if he's doing a great solid service for your lineups on PvP, tower, and in story, and maybe you tested him on bossing and you saw his value, just let me know in the comment section so we can spread it out for everybody else. And again, is it worth it to pay money to invest in these characters? No, he's in divination. Build him slowly. You're gonna get him eventually if you keep summoning for him. I would say for everybody, even for whales, don't drop money on the game right now until they give us a good clear statement. I'm so sad that the game is going into a bad area right now. But anyway, still love Street Fighter Duel, and I'll see you in the next one.
Time to fight, time to fight.